Well, today I'm at a permission I got 2 years ago. It's an old homestead built sometime around 1813, maybe. I think there might have been a log cabin here as early as 1800. Definitely shows up on the 1852 Atlas. I guess it burned down, I don't know, 50, 60 years ago. As far as I know, it only had two owners. But it does have like pioneer roots to it. It's pretty overgrown. It's not a farm field. It's actually I think the foundation of the house is still in the woods here. So it'll be a different kind of hunt for me, as opposed to like an open farm field or a house that's still existing with lawn. So it's pretty raw today. It's 43 degrees. The wind is howling out there. It's December 16th, I believe, 15th, December 15th, but it's not frozen, which is unusual for Western New York here. Tomorrow's going to be 62, so I'm heading out to another field, but I'm going to give this a shot today and see what happens. Who knows? It's all a mystery, so, but that's what makes this fun, so I'll see you on the first dig. There's the cellar hole right there. See the foundation. The wind blotted me out here. I was just pointing out there's a lot of junk here. Old junk, new junk, old glass bottle parts. Just a lot of garbage everywhere. It's pretty junked up over the years. Well, here's my first find. And there's a lot of junk around here. It's going to be a tough hunt, but see that leather strap and that sort of buckle? Not really a buckle, but like a strap guy. You see the rivets there? These are the rivets we always find, pretty much by themselves in farm fields. Well, here they are actually in use for the leather. So anyone who's ever found a rivet on its own, this is them in action, still in the leather. And over here is the well. It's hard to see down in there, but that's a very deep, deep well. Very well built. Kind of scary, actually. It's pretty deep, but yeah. So that's pretty cool. The well sits right here, and that probably was built late 1700s, 1800 maybe. So that's pretty cool. Pretty rugged out here. Looking down into the old stone-lined well, it still has water in it. It's square-shaped. It's pretty cool. Well, after that morning bust at the old foundation in the woods there, I had taken the day off of work, and I'm like, let's get out of here. I decided to go back into work for the day, and I spent the next seven hours working in the office, and just called it a day because the weather was turning nasty and I wasn't getting anything out of that junk pile. So I regrouped and went out the next day, which you'll see coming up here because the weather turned beautiful. December 16th, 65 degrees, and I went back to my good old farm field, like where I call it the House of Four Owners, and that's coming up right now. big iron signal, and I'm about ready to extract what I think is a horseshoe here. This dirt is like real wet clay. There it is. Nice horseshoe. Okay, big iron. Good stuff. Well, after I got that horseshoe, I went about 30 yards from where I found this one and found this. And then when I was walking back, just put them on my pile here, I found this surface find. And I also got another big chisel. Of course, I'm not quite sure what these are used for. It's like the third or fourth one I found. But anyways, I'm going to head over to where I left my detector. I got a strong 65. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a button. Okay, I was getting a solid 40 on the AT Pro, and I knew it was near the surface. And, you know, typically 40s are, you know, junk, I guess, mostly. It's not a very common number, VDI number for relics, but if you look here, right on the surface, I think we have a military button. See the eagle? It's a two-piece button. Look at that little beauty. I'll give it a little bit of a cleaning here and see if I can figure out what this is. Well, I can't tell what this is. I don't see an eye in the middle of the shield, which is typically, you know, very common kind of infantry button. It's definitely military. It's very old. I'll have to do some research, but very happy with that find. I believe this is the second military item I've gotten out of here. Okay, moving on. The sun's getting low. Now, I wish I had live dug this. I'm in the area near the road, and you know, I'm getting some aluminum can sounds. They were in a pretty sharp 83, and they're a little scratchy. And I was getting that same kind of signal. It's very loud, so I thought, oh, it's probably big. When I swung in the other direction, it was scratchy, so I'm like, it kind of sounds like a can. When I flipped it up, I saw this green round edge here, and once I hovered over again, it was a real clean, solid, like 83, 84, very sharp. I think the reason it was scratchy in the other swing is because it was sitting on edge. So here we have a beautiful coin. And it looks like a braided hair large cent, dated 1846. Braided hair large cent, US 1 cent piece. Beautiful, man. Well, I just got this big old door hinge. Probably do a barn door, I think, because I think it's over near the barn was. Decided to come down here to what on the old atlases showed another house, and very small area, but I did just find this tiny little cuff button. And I got a solid 80 right near the road here that made me think was going to be another aluminum can. I popped out the silver washed infantry button with the eagle on it. You see the eye and the eagle? A nice old two-piece button. Look at that beauty. Second military button of the day, man. It was worth coming down here. I knew there'd be something here. There's got to be more, too. Well, I just went 15 yards down the row here from where I found that silver washed infantry button, and I got a 65 on the AT Pro here, and it sounds button-like to me, so I took the plug out, and let's see. Oh, look at this. This looks like a really old, unique looking bullet. Huh, look at that crazy thing. I don't know. It's lead. Man, if that's a bullet, I've never seen one like that before. Look at that. Huh. Even though this looks old because of the patina, it is a fairly modern lead bullet. It is a Thompson Center Maxi Ball made in the 1960s for muzzle-loading rifles. Here's a modern, freshly cast one. Here's a whole group of them where you can actually see the seam of the mold, like you see in the one I found. And here is actually a picture of the mold, and you can still buy these things today. So interesting, but not old. Okay, this has a good, strong, solid 80, much like the infantry button I just found. Could it be another one? Maybe. And would you believe it? It is. Look at that. Another infantry button. Right near where I found the other one. It's 7 feet away. Unbelievable. Man, I gotta comb this area. Maybe somebody dropped a whole military jacket and there's just a bunch of buttons here. Man, this is so cool. Well, this is probably going to be my last hole for the day. It's getting towards sunset, and I got to get out of here before it gets too dark. And this is a really coin-sounding 79 to 80, real tight and not too loud. I'm hoping this might be something silver, a dime, maybe. I don't think a quarter. Quarter ring up a little louder. I'm hoping dime. It's neither, but it's a really cool decorative thing. I mean, look at that brass something. It was adhered to something, but that's cool. It's the second time I've seen that symbol right there. I got that on something I found the other day, so I wonder if this might go to it. Could be part of an old clock, so that's pretty good for a last dig. Well, here is all the big iron I found today out in the field, in the House of Four Owners. Multiple horseshoes, the big iron hinge, probably for a barn door, various other things that I'll show in detail after I clean them up, but this is just a big bunch of iron that I found. A lot of it I didn't film, but I'll show you details of that later after I clean them up. Well, here's the collection of desirable relics that I found that aren't buttons or coins, and not pieces of iron, but spoon parts and oil lamp parts and various brass doodads that I will clean up and do some research on and show you later on in the video.